Hi, Montréal. Okay, I'm gonna kick things off by doing a small piece. The thing about this piece is it's violent. The thing about this piece is I feel I should warn you that it's violent. That it deals with violence in every shape and form you could think about. Feel free to walk out during the piece. Please take care of yourself during this piece. Because I do want to issue a trigger warning. I want to issue a trigger warning. I want to issue the trigger warning, but then I'm not a white man in a uniform. I'm not a white man whose authority allows him to pull out a gun and pull on that trigger and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot at brown and black bodies. Disposable. It's imprinted on our skins. I want to issue a trigger warning and tell you all that my words are violent. That you will be triggered because my words can hurt you. Words can kick you and beat you and slice you and mince you and reduce you to pulp and break your heart. Like every single time you were told, it's not you, it's me. I'm sorry, but I'm moving out of town. I found somebody else and I think I'm in love with them. This is just not working anymore. It's not working for me. Those times when the door banged and your heart broke and yet your heart kept on beating, resilience and vodka flowing through your aching body and pumping life across your tipsy veins, healing. I wondered why my heart didn't stop beating when it was broken. But then, maybe those words that trigger pain do not come dressed in a white man's uniform. I think about the warmth of the street that summer night, that sensation of warm tar against my left cheek as it got pressed deeper into the earth, the sandy rubber of his boots on my face kicking and kicking and kicking and kicking. And through the trickling of blood in my ears, with every kick, I could hear those words. Faggot. 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 I often wondered why I didn't die like so many died before me in that dark street corner on a warm summer night, listening to those words so violent, those words so triggering. But then, maybe faggot is not a gift that comes wrapped in a white man's uniform. I think of the weight of my grocery bags as I try to hold my balance and not slip as I trudge through Montreal's snowy pavements. I walk faster, wanting to be home, and shake off the cold humidity in my bones, and I dream of the taste of hot chocolate and the voice of Blanche Devereaux, my favorite golden girl. As I cross the streets with the weight of my grocery bags, pulling on my fingers, and I hear, "Hey, don't they have cars in your country, fucking immigrant? Go back to your country, you asshole!" And the echo of that phrase, like a scratched CD, keeps playing through my mind, and I wonder whether my heart will explode because it beats so fast, whether my lungs will tear themselves apart, I can't take in the cold air anymore, and whether my brain will bleed internally until I die because all I can hear and make sense of is that buzzing, fucking immigrant, fucking immigrant, fucking immigrant, fucking immigrant, fucking immigrant. And yet, as the hot chocolate weeps on my lips, and Rose Nylon narrates a story about Saint Olive, I tell myself, those words were not shot from the gun of a white man in a uniform. So then, why issue a trigger warning? Why tell you that my words will hit you like the bullet of a white man in a uniform? Why words? How words? Whose words? Words of pain? Words of healing? Those words from deep within, those words that speak my love for my community, those words that speak my heartache as I hear about their last words. Their last words. Their last words. Mom, I'm going to college. Amadou Diallo, age 23, February 1999, Diallo was shot outside his Bronx apartment. The police officers had mistaken him for a serial rapist who was later apprehended. His last words. I love you too. Sean Bell, age 23, November 2006. Bell said, I love you too, and then Bell stopped moving. His last words. You shot me, you shot me. Oscar Grant, age 22, January 2009. The officer testified that he meant to zap Grant with his taser in an Oakland station, but instead pulled his .40 caliber handgun and blasted the man. His last words. What are you following me for? Trayvon Martin, age 17, February 2012. A man was watching him. He said the man kept watching him. He kept complaining that a man was watching him. His last words. Why did you shoot me? Kendrick McDade, age 19, March 2012. They said that they thought McDade was armed because he clutched his waistband as they chased him into a dimly lit neighborhood street. His last words. Please don't let me die. Kimani Gray, age 16, March 2013. New York City police officers shot and killed 16-year-old Kimani Gray in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. His last words. Jonathan Farrell, age 24, September 2013. Jonathan never had an opportunity to reply. He had bullets in him before he could ever hit the ground. His silence. I can't breathe. Eric Garner, age 43, July 2014. The medical examiner's office later ruled that Garner's death was a homicide caused by the officer's chokehold as well as chest and neck compressions and prone positioning during physical restraint by police. His last words. I don't have a gun. Stop shooting. Michael Brown, age 18, August 2nd, 2014. The officer demanded that the two get the fuck on the sidewalk. His exact words were, get the fuck on the sidewalk. His last words. It's not real. John Crawford, age 22, August 11th, 2014. He was at the video games playing videos and he went over there by the toy section where the toy guns were. And the next thing you know, he said, it's not real. And the police started shooting and they said, get on the ground. But he was already on the ground because they had shot him. His last words. I end with words that are not mine. I end with words that are not theirs. I end with the words of Audre Lorde. A litany for survival. For those of us who live at the shoreline, standing upon the constant edges of decision, crucial and alone. For those of us who cannot indulge the passing dreams of choice, who love in doorways coming and going, in the hours between dawns, looking inward and outward at once, before and after, seeking a now that breed futures, like bread in our children's mouths, so their dreams will not reflect the death of ours. For those of us who were imprinted with fear, like a faint line in the center of our foreheads, learning to be afraid of our mother's milk, for by this weapon, this illusion of some safety to be found, the heavy-footed hope to silence us. For all of us, this instant and this triumph. We were never meant to survive. And when the sun rises, we are afraid it might not remain. And when the sun sets, we are afraid it might not rise in the morning. When our stomachs are full, we are afraid of indigestion. When our stomachs are empty, We are afraid we may never eat again. When we are loved, we are afraid love will vanish. When we are alone, we are afraid love will never return. And when we speak, we are afraid our words will not be heard nor welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it is better to speak, remembering that we were never meant to survive.